Hi friends, Vika here. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be trying to do a get ready with me. So I'm going to put on my makeup or whatever, and I have a list of questions here on my iPad that I'm just going to try to answer. They're all book related, so yeah, it's more just to get to know me and try something new essentially. So let's get started. I already washed my face and moisturized and everything, so I'm just going to go straight into it. I'll also put the link of the questions I asked below because I've just found them on a website. So yeah, if you want to look at them and follow along or just think about it for yourself. So the first question is, what's the first book you ever remember reading? And honestly, I know that this isn't the first book I've ever read, but it's the first book I have a distinct memory of, and that's probably just The Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carlson. If you know, you know. Yeah, that's literally it. But yeah, the second question is, did someone read to you when you were a child? And I feel like my mom read every now and then. It wasn't very often that she did, because, you know, there's 4 kids in my family, so busy woman, but she read to us every now and then, and so did my dad. I was read to more in Ukrainian than I was in English, but there's that, because my parents are from Ukraine, if you don't know that. Who's your all-time favorite book character? And so my favorite book character, sorry, I'm just looking for a brush here, of all time would probably have to be Leah from the Remnant Chronicles, Jezzalia. I don't know, you could just really see her growth. That's not what I want to do. You could just really see her growth as like a character and as a human throughout the book, and so I just really liked her. Probably my favorite character of all time. Female character, at least. I feel like I have different like male favorite characters. You know, favorite male character, probably Locke Lamora from The Lies of Locke Lamora. He's just such a cool dude and very clever, and yeah, really like him. Sorry, I'm just gonna do this. Next question. Who is your favorite author of all time and your favorite book by them? And I feel like I haven't read enough books from a single author for them to have like a favorite author, but maybe Jane Austen, just because I've loved every single book of hers that I have read. And my favorite book, probably Pride and Prejudice by her. Even though that's not my all-time favorite book. It's in my top 5 favorite, but it's not my all-time favorite book. Has a book ever changed your life? And I would definitely say that a book has changed my life. For example, Gone with the Wind. Like, I don't think a book has like emotionally affected me anything more than Gone with the Wind. By Margaret Mitchell. It's just, that like book like ripped my soul apart. Scarlett O'Hara, you have to be like, you have some sort of audacity to make like such an epic novel and like make your main character so unlikable. But like, that book shook me up. It's just, for those of you who don't know, it's set during like the Civil War era. It just changed my life. Like, I was like, whoa, I understand why this is such like an epic novel. What genres do I love? I feel like you guys all know this. I really love sci-fi. I really love fantasy. I have an appreciation for all genres. Like, I can find a book, because there's so many books out there. You can find a book in any genre and absolutely love it. But my go-tos are usually, you know, sci-fi and fantasy. What author who is still living would you dearly love to meet? Maybe Allie Carter. I feel like she was such an integral part of my childhood and my reading that like I would love to meet her and just like meet the woman who essentially shaped my reading. For those of you who don't know, Allie Carter wrote the Gallagher Girls series, and essentially what that is I'm almost embarrassed to admit it, but this was like a big part of what I read as a kid. But a boarding school for female spies in training. That's literally it. And yeah, but it got like deeper and more mature as the series went on. So that was cool. Like you got to grow with the books and like with the character, which I love. I actually do have a signed copy of a book from her because I couldn't go to one of her book reading thingy-mabobbers. Book reading thingy-mabobbers. But her book shows that she had in my town where I'm from. But I did order online like a signed copy because you could like message like the bookstores like, hey, save me a copy and have Allie Carter sign it or whatever. And so I do have a signed edition of one of the books that she released, and so that's really, really cool. It's not from the Gallagher Girls series. I think it's from the one with Kat. It's essentially, it doesn't matter. Have I ever met a famous or semi-famous author face-to-face, and where? I have actually. You guys know Anthony Doerr, from All the Light You Cannot See. He came to my school for like a book signing because that was like my freshman year of college. What my college did was there was like a book that every student got for free that we would read as a community, and then at the end there was like a talk and there was like book group meetings along the way, and Anthony Doerr came at the end of like the school year and you could meet him, and I was one of the first people in line, and I met him. He signed my book. We talked a little bit. Yeah, so that was really cool. Do you prefer paperbacks or ebooks? Paperbacks, easy. I just like the physicality of flipping through a book, and like it's just so much more tangible in the story, and it's a lot easier for me to get immersed in it. However, I will grant that I do enjoy ebooks, especially while traveling, because you know I can't pack like 18 books in my suitcase, and it also I honestly go through ebooks faster than I do hardcover books, just because like if I have an ebook with me, like if it's on the Kindle app or whatever, I can just pull it out on my phone and just, you know, like while I'm waiting in line for a coffee or something like that, go through it. I feel like honestly can't tell. I have to like, oh shoot, that's not that good. See, I'm getting distracted. Like I'm looking through my camera and like seeing what I look like, and I can't fully see what it actually looks like compared to like what I normally do, because I like to get up close and personal, but I don't know. Okay, I feel like that's a bit better. Let's put like some sparkle on the inner corner because I can. Have you ever self-published a book? This is a yes in a sense. For those of you, I had a Wattpad for a bit. For those of you who don't know, Wattpad is this free service where you can like access a ton of books for free from like up and coming writers essentially, and writers can put out their content on like this social media type-ish platform, and so you can like look up books by genre and it's completely free. There might be ads or something, but okay, I want to put on eyeliner, but I don't know what color eyeliner I want to do today. Let's go with brown maybe. No, let's go with gray. I feel like gray is a good medium. So if you're like an author who wants to just like put out their work, like I can't talk and do eyeliner at the same time. If you want to just put out your work and just see like have people react to it, read it, and just put it out there just for the fun of it, you can get paid if like enough people view it and whatnot. If your book gets really popular, which is really cool for like people who are putting out their first draft. I know a lot of books have actually gotten to like actually publish through that and get like deals from Wattpad if they get popular enough. An example of this, take it as you will, maybe it's a good example, maybe it's a bad example, but I think the book is called After, you know, the one that was just made into a movie, which was like the Harry Styles fanfic. That started off on Wattpad, and that turned into a movie, so that's really cool. And I've heard a lot of rumors. I've read a lot of really good books on there, honestly. There's a lot of very talented authors who just can't get their stuff out there. But on this long tangent, this is not attractive in the slightest. I'm so sorry you guys have to see this. I did start putting out one of my written stories. Quickly discovered I am not a writer. That is not one of my talents. I can appreciate books, and I can appreciate the creativity that goes behind like creating this whole world and characters and their problems and trying to like portray that into an audience. But I'm not good at it, so I did start. I think I put like 10 chapters up on Wattpad. They're probably still up there and they're very trash. Don't look for it. That's all I've got to say. What book or series do you hope and pray will be turned into a movie or a TV show one day? Honestly, The Remnant Chronicles. I just love that story so much. It's just, I talk about it a lot. Really, really good story. The Lies of Lockamora, that would be a great one. What else? I'm gonna do, I gotta put on, actually. So, sorry. I'm gonna put on some BB cream. But The Lies of Lockamora, The Obelisk Gate, dude, like the 5th season, that whole series, that would be crazy as a movie or TV show. Be so good. Oh, also on a side note, I totally saw the twist that was coming. I figured it out after like the first 10 chapters, like how everything is gonna, like, if you read the series, you know that everything's connected. Not everything's connected, but like how it's all connected. Like the different characters and whatever. Wow, that was a weird lighting situation. Yeah. Can't tell if I'm blending enough. How do beauty gurus do this? Honestly, mad respect. Okay. I think that's all mixed and blended. Cool. That one would be sick as a movie. Also, hate me if you want in the comments below. It's cool. I understand it, but what's it called? Why am I forgetting what it's called? That's just really bugging me. I really like this series. Yes, because I'm basic, so who cares? But the Sarah J. Maas series that everyone trashes on. Throne of Glass. That one. Putting on mascara and talking at the same time is a very hard thing. Do you think that there are any movie adaptations out there that were actually better than the original? Than the original what? The original book? I thought the Maze Runner movie was better than the Maze Runner book. I'm just putting that out there. You can fight me on that, but honestly, the books drove me crazy. I thought they were sloppy. Yeah, that being said, the movie was pretty entertaining, but I honestly did not watch the second movie or the continuations. I just watched the first one, and then I started the second one. I was like, what the fudge is this? So, yeah. Give me a minute. What's more important to you, prose or story? Honestly, I need a good mix of both. You can't make me choose between that. Okay, I'm gonna honestly just do my mascara and then talk to you guys because I can't do this. All right, so I did my mascara. Now I'm gonna go on to contour. But the next question, has a book you ever turned into a movie or TV series and you hated that adaptation? Well, most of you know how the Divergent Chronicles turned out into the movie. I was very, very livid with that adaptation. You can ask my sister. We went and we watched, what was it? The 4th one, Allegiant. Even though there's really not 4th. And I literally at the end of the movie, I stood up and I yelled. I was like, that's not what happens. And I was so angry. My sister had to pull me down and sit me down. But there was another woman within the movie theater. She's like, I know. And I was like, you know, but I hated that adaptation. Wish it never existed. Theo James, I love you. You're a beautiful human being. But just being a fan of the books, it kind of just made me very upset. Let's just say that. What attracts you to a book? The cover, the blurb, recommendations from others? I feel like it's a combination of all. The blurbs, I never ever read the blurbs like New York Times says it's this greatest, and other authors commenting, because you literally just pay those authors to say something about your book and whatnot just for advertising purposes. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna pick something up because of that. No, I'm gonna do purple blush. Okay, I'm doing a lot more makeup than usual just to keep talking to you guys, if that's cool. But I guess I do judge books by their cover, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I do, at least to some extent, but some of the best books I've read have the ugliest covers. So, but usually if I'm attracted to a book, whether it be the title, it's very clever, it's very appealing, I pick it up and then I go into Goodreads always and look at the star rating and the the reviews below, and then I decide whether or not I want to read it. But recommendations, I do pick up books based on recommendations. If you recommend me a book, I usually just add it to my Goodreads want to read, and then I go through there and yeah, pick a book. Have you read any of the old classics, and what did you think of them? I have. I've read quite a few. Like I said, Jane Austen's one of my faves. Honestly, they're a hit and miss with me. Sometimes they're just like outdated almost, and I don't like. Sometimes reading classic books, I get really irritated. This is bronzer, because it's just very misogynistic at times. But I read Frankenstein for the first time this past year or last year, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great prose and whatever, and a good message, essentially. Highlight. And yeah, so I really like that one. What else? Count of Monte Cristo, amazing, beautiful. Would read it. I should probably, I don't know, I kind of need to read that again, but that one's really long. And remember, Gone with the Wind, beautiful. Yeah, I have, and I like them. I can usually, but sometimes I feel like classics are super overrated too. Sorry. The Iliad, didn't like it. And then also, so yeah, I took like a literature course, so we read essentially like all the not all the classics, there's a ton of them, but I've been trying to read more of them because, you know, they do have a history and they are good and prominent books. Has a book ever scared you or given you nightmares? Yes, all the time. That's why I can't really read thrillers too much, because I am a scaredy cat. I don't read thrillers as much, because especially the really dark ones, because those do affect me very significantly. Doing the Tati beauty thing where you just contour your cheekbones so they look even more. Oh, that does not match. Let's put some bronzer there. Are there any books that are really popular but you dislike? Maze Runner, I just said this. Currently, I did have to something that's more recent, I did have to DNF A Curse So Dark and Lonely. That's pretty popular right now. I just thought it was very lazy. I understand the representation of, like, you know, having someone of a physical disability, mental disability, like I have, but the thing is, like, that doesn't counteract with, like, this story's been done so many times and I just didn't like it, and it's pretty popular right now, but I could not finish it. I read like a third of it and put it down. I'm gonna do this last question. Are there any books that are considered terrible but are your secret pleasure? I already mentioned this low-key, but I really liked Throne of Glass. I understand the issues everyone has with that series, but I low-key love it. It's my secret pleasure. I reread it every now and then. I haven't in a minute, but oh, it's right here. But yeah. Maria Badescu spray, love it. Not sponsored, but should be. So those are just a few of the questions. Thank you for getting ready with me this morning, even though I have nowhere to be or nowhere to go. Actually, I do. I'm gonna be leaving I'm gonna go visit my parents, so I'm gonna go home for spring break. So thank you guys for helping me get ready today. Let me know if you have any comments or questions below. Should I keep doing something like this? Let me know. I'll see you guys all soon. Bye.